Hey, what's up guys? It's just JC. For those of you watching, thanks again for all the love that I've been getting lately. For all my subscribers coming back, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we're gonna go over the top 3 military benefits that I like to use, that I feel like not a lot of people know about, and the more information out there, the merrier. So I'm gonna go over my 3 top benefits that I like to use and I want y'all to know about. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started with number 1. So number one will be a shout out for all of those that like to work out in the commercial gyms like Gold's, LA Fitness, 24 Hour, YMCA, whatever. This is going to be something that hopefully you already know about, and if you don't, now you're going to know. If you have USAA, there is a program called the Active and Fit program. The Active and Fit program is a partnership that they did with USAA to give you access to multiple different gyms, whether, like I said, it's Gold, LA Fitness, YMCA, all these different chains from different companies. All of those you'll have access through one membership. So you'll get a membership through the Active and Fit program that you can Google search, and I'll go ahead and show y'all where it is. I'll put the link below, but you can go ahead and Google search it and you'll go sign up through USAA, through Active and Fit, so you can get all of these different memberships with just one payment. So the first payment is about $75 because you'll be paying for the first 2 months, but after that it's around $26 after tax. $26 a month, and you'll have access to hundreds and thousands of gyms. Pretty cool thing to use, something that I didn't really learn about until 2 years ago, and I thought this was a scam, honestly. But once I got it, it's been really nice with all the traveling that I do, and especially if I want to jump to a gym, I already have access to it. So I use it quite often when I'm not working out at home, when I'm working out at Gold's, if I want to go to 24 Hour or the YMCA. All of those are accessible with this one membership. So again, pretty easy to sign up for it. All you have to have is a USAA account, then you can sign up for the Active and Fit program. Alright, so number two is one of my most favorite ones because I use it quite often. Number 2 is going to be the AMEX, the American Express Platinum card. So I know what you're thinking, probably thinking like, yo man, that's kind of like, you know, that baller stuff, right? Only the rich people have it, the entrepreneurs, the big dogs. But let me tell y'all something. If you are active duty, the $550 annual fee that you would have to pay to have a platinum card will be waived. So I would definitely recommend this before you look into it, for those of you that have good credit scores and you're pretty good with your finances, because again, credit cards are something that you want to be smart about. So for those of you that are very financially literate, I would definitely recommend looking into the American Express Platinum card. So with the card, yes, you get a pretty cool metal card, right? You have the heavy one that you kind of fling around everywhere, but that comes with a lot of added benefits. So first of all, like I said, you have a $0, the $550 annual fee is waived. So you just have the credit card to have it. Obviously, it's a card that you have to pay off as you go. It's not something that you want to rack up and accrue the interest rate because it's very high. But if you're good with your money and good with paying off credit cards, I would definitely look into it because you will get a lot of cool benefits, such as automatically getting bumped up with some of the hotel chains. So with Hilton and the Marriott, you will automatically be bumped up to gold status with both of those chains. And it's really nice to have for those of you that travel often and you use a lot of hotels. It's nice to get automatically bumped up to a higher tier. Furthermore, if you do travel and you'd like to go into lots of different lounges inside of the airports, you'll have access to some of the really nice lounges. Some of those range from the Delta Sky Club Access, the AMEX Centurion Lounge. That is a really nice lounge. For those of you that have never been to it, I would highly recommend it. The food's free. It is just really nice, especially if you have a long layover. It's just nice to kick back and relax and not have to go to the USO, which some USOs are pretty nice, but it's nice to go to some of these as well. The list goes on. There's a lot of other benefits. I definitely look into the website itself and kind of see all the ones that you can get, but those are some of the bigger ones. Lastly, with the card though, I want to mention that if you do get the card and you're looking to spend a good sum of money in the first 6 months, I would definitely recommend doing so, because if you spend $5,000 in the first 6 months, you'll get automatic 75,000 points. All right, so those points you can transfer over into free mileage are free tickets to airlines. So those points can transfer over to either hotels or airfare, depending on what you want to do. And let's say that you're having a baby on the way, or let's say you have a trip that you're planning. Go ahead and use that card because you already know you're going to spend that money, and you rack up those points and you can use that to fly around the world, or use those for hotels or whatever it is you need, because it's really nifty and it's nice to have. I know with me, I immediately did that and I had 100,000 points that right now I can fly free wherever I want. So definitely look into the American Express Platinum card. So last but not least is the TSP, the Thrift Savings Plan. So with this, I know a lot of people know about it. You're taught this in BMT and basic training and boot camp, but honestly, in my opinion, you don't really learn about it unless you ask, or you go to a finance class, or you go to somebody on base that talks about the TSP, or maybe you get lucky, you have a good supervisor that kind of takes you under his or her wing and talks to you about the TSP. With me, I knew about the TSP and I just didn't use it early on. Reason being because I didn't really understand what it was for. But the Thrift Savings Plan is like your 401k in the civilian sector, but it's one that you can use for the military. I would highly recommend utilizing that TSP, whether it's the Roth TSP or it's a traditional. It's all up to you. But what you can do is you can have a percentage of your base pay go into the TSP. You'll have different types of funds that apply to different kind of stocks, like the S&P 500, your common index stocks, and so on and so forth. We can talk about this all day, but they're gonna go into certain types of stocks. Depending on what you want to do, we can do another video or ones that I would highly recommend you putting your TSP into. But let's say you take 5% of your base pay, and every paycheck it'll take 5% and it'll put into your TSP. This is something that if you do early on in your career as an airman, as a sailor, as a marine, whatever it is, it's something that you put away and you just don't look at. You will definitely thank yourself or thank me or whoever 20 years from that point. Because in 20 years, there's no reason why you can't be a millionaire if you put money aside and you do it smartly. One of the things, again, that I wish that I did early on in my career was put more into my TSP. And it took me a few years, and I had a really good supervisor. Shout out to Sergeant DeVore. Sergeant DeVore, you're watching this, shout out to you, because you're the one that kind of kicked me in my rear and said, hey, put money in TSP. But not until I really looked into it did I really understand what I was doing. So if you put money into it and you put a percentage, learn how to live within your means. So let's say you're making rank. Every time you make rank, you raise that percentage, and at that point you're already living as whatever rank it is. Let's say that you're a Staff Sergeant E5 and you just keep it at 10%. Every time you make rank, you bump it up some more. You're already living to a certain amount of money. You're spending a certain amount monthly, weekly, and you're already living within your means. And you're really not gonna notice that money, that increase in pay that you're getting as you go through the ranks, because it's going into your TSP. 10, 15, 20 years later, when you look into it, right, look back into it as you watch your money grow, you're already sitting there 6 figures, or you're a millionaire sitting inside your TSP waiting for you for when you retire. So third, and definitely not least, I would definitely look into the TSP and get smart with it. Ask questions. There's a lot of places on base that can answer your questions about TSP, or you can ask your supervisor. And I know there's tons of people out there that know a lot more than I do, and they're making a lot of money. So last but not least is that TSP. And those three are it. I know there's a lot more that some of y'all probably would be talking about right now, some of y'all are already doing, but for me, those are the top 3 benefits that I like, that I use, that I'm very active in, that I would highly recommend for y'all to start looking into and using. Again, a lot of this information that I put out on my YouTube page, whether it's gym or stuff about MTI or the Air Force or the military, it's all this stuff that I'm trying to put out. It's all about information. I'm trying to get this information out to y'all to make you smarter. You have more things that you know, the better you can be. And it's just stuff that I wish that I knew early on in my career, because I would definitely be sitting a lot better than where I'm at today. Not saying I'm not sitting in a good area. I'm pretty good. I'm pretty well off for myself, but you could always be better. So hopefully this video helped y'all out. Again, if you have any questions about any of the things that we went over, go ahead and hit me up in the comments below, or hit me up on my Instagram at just.j.c. Again, I appreciate all of you that watched my videos. For those of you that have entered the raffle for my recent giveaway for 1,000 subscribers, make sure you keep hitting it up, sharing my channel, sharing my videos, hitting up in the comments below, because we are still racking and stacking all of those submissions, and in the next week or two I'm gonna go ahead and announce the winner. Thanks again, y'all. I really appreciate all the support that I've had so far, and I'll see y'all next week.